Welcome to my 1 Minute to Wow video tutorial. This is Mary Fish with Stampin' Pretty and StampinPretty.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I have a daily blog with paper crafting tips and ideas and the latest promotions on Stampin' Up! Products. I'm going to share with you today a question I get asked most often, and that is, how do I get a good solid image stamp using photopolymer stamps? As many of you know, photopolymer stamps are my stamp set of choice. Stampin' Up! Offers many different styles: wood mount, clear mount, and photopolymer. Photopolymer are the actual clear stamps that you can see through, which makes for very simple and quick placements. And when I give you the demonstration today, I'm going to show you a stamp set called A Nice Cuppa. Really fresh, fun images, great for Mother's Day, love and friendship, Valentine's Day. You could even do tea and lemon for someone to get well. I think it's just a great set, and I think it's going to be a very popular item in the Occasions 2016 catalog. And then here is a card I stamped using this little cup image, and you can see that it's very solid. So I want to share with you how I get that solid image, and again, it makes such a difference when using photopolymer stamps. The line images are crisp and clear, and with just a few tweaks, you'll find that your solid images give you great coverage as well. So I want to start with kind of what I think is the critical factor, and that's using our Stampin' Pierce mat below. I actually designate this one as stamping only so that I don't accidentally pierce with it, because I love the piercing technique as well, the paper piercing technique. And then our grid paper magically cuts into quarters, so I use that to protect the surface below. And then I'm going to show you, I have this little cup mounted on the clear block, and I'm going to use some Melon Mambo because I thought it might show up a little bit better on the video. Make sure that your ink pads are juicy. Our firm foam is marvelous, and you only need a few drops to ink them up. If you really load it up, it'll get a little bubbly and fuzzy, and you won't be happy, and you might even have to blot it a little bit with some paper towel. Just a few drops. If it's running a little bit dry, you can always test things first. Again, that's another benefit of the grid paper. I often test things there first as well. So I'm going to ink this up like I normally would, okay, just lightly tapping. But that probably isn't going to give me enough coverage, and I can actually see through that I've got an area there that could use a little bit more. So I'm going to actually do some direct inking to the stamp. I just find I get a little better coverage than trying to press sometimes with these. And now I've got a really solid image. And I also want to mention that, you know what, this is stamping, and so I like a little bit of shading. If you want to keep inking it up and making sure you have this perfect even coverage, that's certainly your choice. But I like having just a little bit of shading to show that, hey, I inked this up. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to make sure I push firmly all the way around, and you can see that there's just that little bit of give, and it makes a big difference than stamping on a flat surface. So you can see that I got a great image, and it is all ready to go to the other half of the magic of this stamp set, and that's this cups and kettle die set. Amazing little set with many images that coordinate with A Nice Cuppa stamp set, as well as extras like the teapot and some of these little, I'm going to call them just doodles, that look amazing on cards. And so then you can see that this will fit perfectly on there. I would use my magnetic platform below to keep that in place and send it through my Big Shot. And then come up with this perfectly little cropped teacup or coffee cup, and there's even an image for that little tag for the tea bag. I think this is adorable. As I said, oftentimes tea sets were so vintage, and I think they're beautiful too, but I love that sort of fresh, modern, happy feel. And so I'm super excited about this stamp set. So thank you for joining me for my 1 Minute to Wow video tutorial. Bye-bye.